Mathnasium in Liberty doesn't want this summer to slide by. At Mathnasium, your child will receive personalized instruction and a customized learning plan based on their unique needs and goals. Mathnasium wants to help your child catch up, keep up, and get ahead. For your first lesson, here's Liberty Center Director Terry Rennick. Warning, your child could become crazy about math.
My name is Terry Rennick, and I'm the director here at Mathnasium here in Liberty, Missouri. My wife and I own this location, and we are both math enthusiasts. Mathnasium, a lot of people don't understand what that means, but Mathnasium is a math learning center where we help students develop their math skills. The key to Mathnasium, of course, is learning good number sense. That's good fluidity through your 12s, both forwards and backwards. Let me give you an example. We ask you the question, what is 99 plus 99 plus 99? Many people would try to line those up vertical and add them. But here at Mathnasium we say, that's fine, you can do it that way, but let's think about it a different way. 99 is very, very close to 100. So 100 plus 100 plus 100, of course, is 300. How many did I add for each of those 99s? I added 3. So 99 must be 3 less than 300. And 3 less than 300 is 297. Let's try another. One of our major concerns of math, or one of our major issues in mathematics, of course, as we said, was number sense. One of the concepts of number sense is counting. Now, you can ask your children if they can count by twos. They love counting. Counting by twos is fairly straightforward. Counting by fives is fairly straightforward, and counting by tens is easy. Those are the 3 easy numbers. But counting by threes, or sevens, or nines, eights, become a little more complicated. So what we want to do here is this. We're going to count by fives, but instead of starting at 0, we're going to start at 7. And I'll write them down as we go. So, let's start off. Start off with 7. 7. What's 7 plus 5? 7 plus 5 is 12. What's 12 plus 5? 17. What's 17 plus 5? Now most people at this point in time get a little confused and say 23. But 17 plus 5 is 22. What's 22 plus 5? 27. 27 plus 5? 32. Are you beginning to see the pattern? 7, 12, 17, 22, 27, 32. What's the next one? Right. 37. And what follows after that? 42. I think you see the picture now. See how it's going from 7 to 7 2. So what's the next one after 42? You're right. It is 47. All of a sudden, numbers don't seem to be as difficult.
Mathnasium in Liberty.
A third option that comes around probably 5th grade is the concept of a percent. What does percent really mean? It's a great question. I've asked several adults the same question. It's kind of difficult for them to answer also. But percent actually has a very unique definition. I looked back at some old math textbooks. In fact, I have one dated 1876. That's the copyright date of an intermediate math book, 1876. And the word percent used to be two words. Per and cent. Separate two words, per and cent. Now we use the word per in everyday life in miles per gallon, miles per hour, inches per foot. Okay? So per is a very common use for a unit of measure. So per, and how many inches are there in a foot? 12. Very good. So if we say 12 inches we say 12 inches per foot, that flows very nicely. What are some other combinations of words that we could actually put in there for that to flow as nicely? Well, how about 12 inches in a foot? Or for each foot? Let's focus on the for each right here. For each. Now let's talk about the word cent. How many cents are there in a dollar? In other words, how many pennies make up $1? 100. How many years in a century? 100. For you metrics enthusiasts, how many centimeters are there in a meter? 100. The word cent, if you look it up in the dictionary, actually is a prefix meaning 100. So percent really means for each 100. Now let's take a look at an example. Suppose I ask you the question, what is 8% of 250? Now most people would go about and do the algorithm and change the percent to a decimal, set it up and do the multiplication and come up with the answer. That's great. But we can also do it mentally. So let's give it a try. What is 8%? Remember that that percent means for each 100. So if I had 8% of 100, I'd have 100. So I'd have 8 for each. So that is equal to 8. So what do you think 8% of 200 would be? Well, I have 8 for the first 100, 8 for the second 100, so 8 plus 8 should be, yes, 16. So let's look at 8% of 300. Are you ahead of me now? 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24. Okay? So now let me ask you this question. Now again, 8% of 100 is 8. 8% of 200 is 16. 8% of 300 is 24. So let me ask you this question. We now know the relationship. What is 8% of 50? Right? Now the question is, you got the right answer, but why? That's the most important thing, is why. Well, the Mathnasium approach says, well, 50 is a half of 100. So if I have to take half of the 100, that means I have to take half of the 8, which makes this 4. So back to my original question, 8% of 250 I have 200, so 8 and 8 is 16. And then 50, which is half, 4. So 16 plus 4 is 20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with a question. What is 8% of 75? Remember, 8% of 100 was 8, and 8% of 50 was 4. So 8% of 75, right, 6.
Mathnasium and Liberty.
Mathnasium is designed for the individual. Not all students learn the same. So what we do is we build a customized program using both manipulatives, worksheets, explanations, just to help the student understand. Because what's important, the bottom line is the student understands what the problem is and how to solve the problem. It's not so much that they know the answer. It's far more important that they know the process, because the process will never fail them. So having students being able to just put a problem down, give an answer, that's nice. But having the problem with all of the work and then the answer is picture perfect. This is just an example of what we do here at Mathnasium. Now, I don't know what the situation is with your student, but if your student comes home complaining about math homework or not understanding, maybe it's time to come see me. I can make a difference, because, warning, your child could become crazy about math.